So if I were to tithe using my Tithely app, I would need to go to the App Store on my Android or Apple device. I have an Apple device, so I would go to my App Store, type in Tithely, ITH. It's up there. And I already have the app downloaded, so if you didn't, it would say get where it says open. That's at the top left hand corner. It says TITHE.ly. It says finance under it. It's just Tidely by itself. You click get, you can download the app. I'm going to just go ahead and open it. And it would take me to once I'm able to open it, it would take me to the Tidely app page. Now, I'm actually sitting in the church right now. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to generate finding my nearest church. So if you were sitting in Sunday service and you wanted to tithe online, if you opened it up, the church that you're in would be the nearest church, and it would be easier. But if you were at home and you wanted to tithe online, it's relatively simple. You would click the search part engine of the app and type in NWpark. And there it is for me. It's the first one again, NWpark Baptist. And once I clicked it, it would direct me to the site and that's generated for our church. And it's very, very, very simple. All I would do is put in the dollar amount I want to put in. I can tithe to whichever ministry I'd like to on our list. General fund, building fund, benevolence, food pantry, missions, coins for camp, or youth. Now, if there's a ministry that is not on there that you'd still like to tithe to, you can put it in general fund, and at the very, very bottom where it says note or memo, you would just type in there, RA GAs, RAGA. So I would type that in there, and it would, that way, even though it goes in the general fund, the treasurer would know that you are actually trying to designate it into an account or a ministry that's not shown on our ministries page. And if we see enough of those going directly there, we would add it to our ministry fund page, or we would add it to our list of available ministries to specifically fund to. Now, if I wanted to set up reoccurring giving, meaning every time I tithe, I don't want to have to go to the site and do it. I want to just do it automatically. And I get paid once a month. Again, I would choose which ministry I wanted to send it to, how much I wanted to send. I can choose between once a week, every 2 weeks, every month, or the 1st and 15th, depending on how you get paid or how you feel comfortable tithing that amount. Now, again, under that, you would see whether or not you would want to use your card, your debit card or credit card, your bank information, or using a smart device like Apple Pay. You can do any of those options. All you would do is simply make sure that specific area is highlighted, and then you click add payment, and you could put that information in. Now, once you've done that one time, you can opt to keep that information saved. So I have my information saved under bank. And right there, since it's already there, it is easy to just click OK and go and continue on. For now, every time I tithe through Tithely, using Tithely, there is a fee that does come up. Now, I can either choose to cover the fees myself or just or have them covered in my tithe. So when I click the cover fees option, it would increase the amount I'm giving by 3%. So if I'm giving $100, I would now pay $103 instead of the church or my tithe taking on that 3%. So if I were to not click that and just give $100, what would happen is the church would receive $97, and those $3 would come out of that 100 and go to Tithely. Now, once I input all the information, it would actually tell me where it says give. Right now it's grayed out because I haven't put all my information in. But once I did all that, that grayed out area would actually turn green where it is gray currently, and where it says give, it would actually have the dollar amount that I'm actually going to give. Once I click that, it would generate an email receipt. Now, you might be asking, well, how does that happen? How do I generate email receipt? Well, one thing I didn't say or do is when I open the Tidely app for the first time, it's going to take me here to an accounts page. Now, I already have an account, so I would type in my email, my password for this account, and it would go and it would take me straight through. Now, if you didn't have an account, you could click create account, put in your first name, last name, email, password, things like that. That way, every time you tithe, it takes about 20 seconds to do. Every time you tithe, you will get an email saying that tithe was successful. Now, what I think is interesting about Tithely is, like, let's say money comes out that wasn't supposed to come out. Whether it was fraudulent, whether you accidentally pressed a reoccurring charge. Using those receipts, there's an option to actually, within a few business days, go back into that and actually request that money back, so that it doesn't affect your banking account system. So I know that option's not eternal. It's just a 48 to 72 hour option, but at least that's a way we can track and keep that in case you ever accidentally tithe and pressed a reoccurring, and now $100 is coming out every week when it was only supposed to come out once a month or something like that. So that is how you would set up a Tithely and do Tithely over your app on a smartphone or a smart device like an iPad or anything like that.